Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Verse number 23. Om tat satidi nirdesho brahmanastrividha smrutaha Brahmanastena vedascha yajñascha vihita pura tasmadomityudahritya yajñadanatapakriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. Yajñadanatapakriyaha vidhanoktaha brahmavadinam Om iti udahritya pravartante satatam. The yajna, sacrifice, which is discussed before, dhanam, charity, tapaha, austerity, which are all vidhana uktaha, as it is prescribed in the Vedas. As we saw, in sacrifice also there are three: Satvika yajna, Tamasika yajna, Rajasika yajna, iti trividaha. Then Dhanam also, Satvika Dhanam, Tamasika Dhanam, Rajasika Dhanam iti. Then Tapaha, Tapas also, Satvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Iti Shastra Vidhana Uktaha. As it is said here, how to be done. Anything that we do, there is a method of doing, and yadechaya doing, according to our wish. If there is a song, it has to be sung in a particular way or the way you want. So there is everything that is a vidhana ukta. Vidhana means the way, method of doing, vidhanam. And who will do according to the rules or according to the way it has to be done? Brahmavadinam. Of those who are interested to realize the highest. See, if you want a particular result, which is already said, this is the way you do and you get it. And if you don't do that way, you will not get it. It is said, karma mein tark no hona nahi chahiye. Karma kant mein tark nahi hona chahiye. In the rituals, as it is prescribed to be done, and there cannot be any look for logical reasoning for that. Why it is so? Disappeared. Ajnat ho gaya wo. It's okay. It's okay. Later on. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, bring it. I need to show them. So, what is to be achieved is unknown. It is not visible. Swargadi lokaha na jnataha. The world are called heaven, etc., are not known to us, are not seen by us. So a result unseen must have a method prescribed. A result which you can see, then there is different methods of doing that. Now, I think in another year or so, people are going to Mars. You know that, no? Those who would like to go, please go quickly, or send somebody whom you do not want to come back. Because it's a one-way street only. There is only one flight, which is a rocket, which goes there, drop you there, and then disappears from there. No coming back. Yadgatvana nivartante. Having gone which there is no return. So how to reach Mars or how to reach Moon the way I want? No. There are so many things that are there. The speed of the vehicle that goes, and then rotation of the earth, and then so many other factors. 100,000 things they think about before they say launch it. And even then they fail it. Why? Because unknown. Before first time when they went to landed in the moon, what did they do? They sent a monkey, you know? They're not human being didn't go. So ajnana vastuni karmani, ajnana vastu artham karmani, tarkam na jani, tarkam na kuryat. Do not engage in argumentation there. This is the way it is prescribed. Which we do not know, some things which we do not know. If you are a person who had started to travel in a car and suddenly it stopped for no reason, then whom do you call? AAA or anybody else? And he will come or she will come and then open it, and then within no time it will be done. Why? Knows what to do. And you try. Or you go to a doctor and then have some problem, then he will prescribe it. Why this medicine? Tell me the compounds. How do you know? So, ajnana vastu vishaye ajnana vastu vishaye api tarkam na kuryat. So here the point is, vidana uktaha brahmavadinam mokshakangshinam yajnadana tapakriyaha. These three things which we discussed so far, satatam pravartante, continuously they engage. By doing what? Knowing that there can be error in the performance. Therefore they chant tasmad om iti udahritya. Having uttered the name of Brahman, so to say, Om, to invoke the blessings for the mistakes committed. Please forgive. So, invoking Om, invoking Brahman. It is said in one Supashita, Amantram Aksharam Nasti. Nasti Moolam Anaushadam. Ayogya Purushaha na asti. It is said that amantram aksharam nasti. There is no letter which is not a mantra. There is no root or herb which is not a medicine. There is nobody in this world unproductive. Yoktaha tasya durlabhaha. But the one who can employ correctly is very rare. Amantram aksharam nasti nasti moolam anaushadam ayogya purushaha nasti yukta tasya durlabhaha. So, what is that is to say, every letter, every word is a mantra. But who is using it is very important. Come here, idiot. Come here, idiot. If I tell you, what do you say? Oh, how dare you call me idiot? No, I said, come here immediately. There's certain words I have swallowed. Come here, idiot. So it looks like come here, idiot, right? What I meant is come here immediately. Now, when we hear a word, how we understand translates into experience. My emotion is, triggered when I hear not the word, but what I understand out of the word. And so if it is your daddy who says, mediate, hey, idiot, come here, you won't mind because he knows. Whereas if it is a stranger on the road, what do you say? How dare, you are an idiot, you are a fool, you are stupid. Even if you do not know that person, you will immediately react. Why? Because it is insulting. Who says what he or she says and how I understand? Three factors are there. Who is saying? And also one more factor. In what context he is saying? If you really done something idiotic and if he calls you idiot, right? Right? So who is saying, why or when, which occasion he or she is saying, what he is saying and how I understand that. Similarly, when it is said Om, who is saying that? As we saw in the last session, one who has the knowledge and understanding and practice of that. Yesterday we had a concert here, violin, sarod, mridangam, tabla. Some of you might have seen. No, the instrument is the same. If I take and use it, none of you will be here. Even I won't be there. Because I do not know how to use that. The instrument being the same, music won't come. Sound will come, music won't come. Why? Because the person who is using is important, not the instrument alone. Of course, instrument has a role to play, important role to play. But more important than that is who is using it. And the person who is using must have a lot of practice, not 1 or 2 days. And interesting, you will find that those people who are playing violin or tabla or mridangam or sarod, sitar, and all this, they never have notes in front of them. Have you seen? 2 hours to 2.5 hours, 3 hours, they play without looking at anything. Why? Practice. How much practice they matter. Everything is going here, right? When they are playing, they are going along with it. Whether the audience is appreciating or not, that's a secondary. But they have to concentrate on what they are doing. And they have to be in tune with each other. In the same way, when a mantra is uttered, it is not just few letters put together. Therefore, Brahmavadinam, that's why he is put there. Those who are interested in the highest, Brahmanaha Vadinam, those are seeking the moksha and knowing whom they are invoking, Brahman. The difference between Vada and, I'm not going to go details into it, but anyway, let's Vada and Tarka. There are two things. Vada means discussion, a kind of argument to prove something. Samvada means conversation. I and you talk when you have conversation. You and your son, there is argumentation. He says something, you don't agree, and you say something, he doesn't agree. That's Vada. So when we talk, hopefully, it is Samvada. You understand what I say and I understand what you say. Let us come to a common conclusion. Whereas Tarka is logic. When you use, so Tarkavada, when you say, it is logical discussion. Based upon certain logic which we agreed upon, when we do a discussion, it's called Tarkavada. When we use the logic which is crooked, it's called Kutarkavada. So here, Brahmavadinam, when it is said, those who have deliberated upon Brahman, understanding its nature, and therefore they use the letter Om, which is also considered as a word because it consists of three letters, A, U, and Ma, we saw last session. Omit, therefore, Tasmat Omit Udahritya. Having uttered the word or letter Om, for what? Invoking Brahman, because in the earlier verse it is said, Om Tat Saditi Brahmanaha Nirdeshaha. It is the indicating name of Brahman. Omit Tasmat Omit Udahritya Yajñatana Tapakriyaha Pravartante Vidanoktaha Satatam Brahmavadinam. Intention of these people who are engaging in the Yajna, Dana and Tapa are Sattvika. Yajnena Deva Pujanam, Danana Jana Pujanam, Tapasa Atma Pujanam. Through the Yajna, they are invoking the grace of the unknown powers in this world, fire, Varuna, Agni, Indra, in the ancient times, or when you're doing a puja in your altar there, that is also Yajna only in a way, puja. What is puja? Purnatvam isma jayate iti puja. By which you have a completion, a fulfillment. It is not to please God you are doing it. It is not demanding something from the Lord. I am full, I am fulfilled, I am grateful. I show my gratitude for what you have given. Therefore, Purnatvam Yasmat, from which Jayate is born. So, Deva Pujanam. And then Janaha, the world of people who are also none other than the representation of the Lord only, who is in many forms. Tesham Pujanam, worshipping them, and by how you are sharing what you have with others. Many times when you give to someone or when you do charity, you must have absolute faith in the very patra. That is what early deshe kalecha patrecha yadhanam satvikam smritam. That dana is considered sattvic when you are correct time, in the correct place, for correct purpose, you are giving. Tapaha, austerity, for reducing your impurities, wrong values, and replacing them with the right ones, for which you may have to stop the usual indulgences and take a certain measures to control your lower and natural urges, so that the mind become powerful enough to concentrate on higher. So, Yajñadana Tapakriyaha Sadatam Pravartante, engage in. So, Omityekaksharam Brahma. Brahma is none other than indicated by Om, therefore Om it idahritya. Continuing then, there is a next word which indicates Brahman is Tat. We saw in the last session what that means. Tat usually indicates something far away in space or in time, or something other than oneself, an object. Even though this book is here only, it is not in some other place, in some other time. I also refer it as that book. It is not me. But very close, I'd say this. It is little far away, is that. But it is something which is in this place only and in this time only. Yet I say Tat because it is not me. This is the literal meaning. The indicative meaning, Lakshartha, is that which I do not presently understand as me, but it is actually me. Because the teacher in the Upanishad says, Tat Tvam Asi, that you are. He didn't say Tat Tvam Bhavishyasi, you will become that. Or Tat Tvam Asid. See, you were there. Some time back you were there. I don't know what happened afterwards. No. So, in the next verse, Tadityanapisantaya Palam Yajnata Japak Palam Yajnata Pakriyaha Dana Kriyascha Vividaha Kriyante Moksha Kangshibihi Tadityanapisandhaya Palam Yajnata Pakriyaha Dhana Kriyascha Vividaha Kriyante Moksha Kangshibihi. Kriyante. As we have seen, best way of doing anything is where your mind is calm and quiet and peaceful and agitated. Then only maximum efficiency comes from you. Whenever your mind is disturbed, agitated, anxious in doing an action, half of the work is compromised. Because the mind is not fully available, your efficiency is going down because of the anxiety. That's what happened in the Arjuna's case also. Even though he was the warrior of the time, best of the warrior, the best of the archer, he could not engage in that action because of the anxiety. What will happen? Why do we say to our children, prepare very well when you go for exam? Why? Because at that time when you're sitting there writing the exam, you would not be anxious about, what? Chemistry today? I thought biology. You prepared very well for biology. Chemistry. So before you go to the place to, where examination center or whatever, test today, midterms. You prepare very well, then you won't be anxious. So, when a mind has the quietened down, it's calm, agitationless, restful, and when such a person performs, and that can happen only when anabhisandhayatu phalam. Phalam anabhisandhaya. Without anxiety about the result. The action will definitely produce a result. But if you're anxious about it, number one is remove the anxiety. Second is don't depend on the result for your happiness. If your happiness depends on the result that is going to come, surely you will be anxious. Anabhisandhaya phalam. Without depending on the result, without attachment to the result, phalam yajnadana tapakriyaha kriyante. These three things, sacrifice, charity and austerity, are being done, kriyante. Who? By whom? Moksha kangshibihi, those who are seeking moksha, those who are seeking liberation, not from anything else outside, liberation from one's own mind. Don't say, Swamiji, I want liberation. From what? From everybody. Then best thing, lie down. 4 people will carry you. That is the best way. Paramashanti, not only for you, for the world also. We want the happiness and freedom now, not afterwards. So, moksha kangshibi means those who want to be free from what? From the mental hang-ups and entanglements. So, if we are very clear about this, then we know what to do. Because we always postpone the thing, therefore it appears to be something to be done later. Swamiji, I am very young. Why Gita and all? Why study now? I'll do afterwards. No. Why? And this is too early for me. I'm young. How old are you? Only 75. Why do we need to postpone it? Even if you're 25, you should be ready. Because that will create a greater efficiency in what you're doing. Not only that, when you are calm, the environment around you also becomes calm. You bring that calmness everywhere. Instead of that, if you are agitated, if you enter the room with agitation, do you think the people at home will be happy about that? Moksha kangshibihi kriyante yajnadana pakriyaha. How vividaha dana kriyascha. Also various kinds of danam, charities also. Yajna tapakriyaha dana kriyascha vividaha. Various kinds of charities also. How they do? Tat iti, tat iti, by saying tat. Tat means what here? We have seen that, which is referring to that, which is what our goal is, that. And that is something which at the present moment appears to be far. Let me give you an example. How many of you are ready to sleep now? You know, like in the hypnotist. Now. How many of you are ready to sleep now? Anybody? Anybody here? So where does it come from? Somewhere outside? In the bed? No, Swamiji, if you talk too much, it will come. Now, tell me, where is the sleep now? Where is the sleep when you woke up from that? And when you go to bed again in the night, where does it come from? Where does it come? Is it coming from somewhere else? In the bedroom, hanging there, up there. Hello? Come. Why is that? It is a state of your mind, is it not? Where you glide into. That state of mind called sleep, where you glide into when you have finished your work, etc., when you lie down, and slowly, it descends on you. That state of your own being, which is called the state of sleep, is even now present in you. It's a question of whether you want to invoke it now or not. If you had a breakfast, heavy breakfast, and sitting in a corner, dark place, nobody notices, and wearing a cap also, so that nobody would know that. So, that very state of sleep is in you right now. But why is not you're able to do it now? In the same way, that, when it is said, it is not far somewhere else. It is pretty much now at this moment also. But since I am not ready to invoke it, it looks like Tadure, Upanishad says, it's far away. Tatu Antike, it is the closest. Tadantarasya Sarvasya, it is though within every one of them. Tatu Sarvasyasya Bhakyata, it appears to be outside. It appears to be dur, far. Even though it is closest, you are the closest to yourself, isn't it? Who is the closest to you? My dog. Okay, when you're sleeping, you take the dog also with you. Or the small child, my teddy bear. It's same as somebody says, my cat. Same thing. Hold on. But when you both go to sleep, or you go to sleep, where is a teddy bear or a cat or a rat? Not a rat, a dog. Where? Gone. Finished. Given up. Nothing you hold on. I'm telling you. Not even your dearest wife. When it comes to a state of sleep, will you hold on to anybody else? Even if I remove your clothes also, you don't care. Why? I'm not this. Who is the closest to you? You. It appears to be far. Why? Because I think it is something other than me. Therefore, tad means that which presently remaining far, deshe kale apeksha, desha kalam apeksha, desha kalo apeksha. Considering time and space, it appears to be far away. So that's why it is said, tad brahma iti jnatva. That which is referred as the word by the word tat is Brahman, which actually I am. Presently, due to my ignorance, it appears to be something away from me. That Brahman, tat iti anabhisantaya tu palam. Tad anabhisantaya. Tat iti anabhisantaya palam. When do you actually reach that nature of being of the Brahman? Only when palam anabhisantaya eva. When your mind is no more interested in the anxiety or the results, then only the mind gathers its ability to go towards Brahman. So long as you're looking for a result outside, Bhagavan says, then I'll wait. You came to me for what? You go to your friend's place. After a long time, you are meeting that person. As soon as he opens the door, hey, how are you? I want some breakfast from your home, or from your home. I think you came to see me or somebody else, something else. If you want everything from me, then you don't need me. In the same way, when you go to the Bhagavan, what do you ask? Narayana, Narayana, give me that, give me this, give me that, give me that, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. Bhagavan says, when do you want me? Huh? You are asking for everything else, but not me. Artho jignasur artharthi. We are all only either artha, seeking for physical well-being, jignasu, some knowledge about this thing in the world, or artharthi, or the wealth, or some other thing. But jnani tu atma eva mamatam. Jnani comes to me for me, not for anything that I have. So when phanam anabhisantaya, when we are our mind is not about anything that comes afterwards, but when we seek that and that alone, tad iti anabhisantaya phalam yajnadava kriyaha dana kriyascha vividaha kriyante moksha kangshibihi. Kanksha, seeking. Shubha Akanksha, isn't it? When you say for the new year, Shubha Akanksha Gudu in Telugu. Everything oo added there. So here, Akanksha means seeking, desiring. Moksham Akanksate. Upakangshaha. Those who are Akankshibihi. So here, that is the reason in chapter 4 also. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahudam, Brahmaiva Tena Jantavyam. Brahma Karma Samadhina. So when that Brahman is the one who is the performer, Brahman is what I am offering, Brahman is into whom I am offering, Brahman is what is going to give me the result, meaning in this moksha, and that person will reach finally that Brahman. Bhagavan Krishna has said in chapter 9, Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhoshi, tatasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Do everything madarpanam for my sake. So therefore, and yagnye, tad become devata. In the yajna, when you say tad, it is the particular deity whom you are worshipping. Dane tad janaha. That becomes a janaha, the people to whom you are offering your charity. Tapasi, atman. That become atman, the self. So tad iti anabhisantaya palam yajnatapakriyaha dana kriyascha vividaha kriyante mokshakangshibihi. So these two letters have been used, two words have been explained. Om, also indicating Brahman. Tad, also indicating Brahman. Then the next one is Sat. Om Tat Sat. So Sat. What is Sat means? We've seen that last class, SAT. Self-aptitude test. Now here Sat means that which does not ever become absent. In chapter 2 itself, Bhagavan has clearly mentioned this. In the beginning itself, na asato vidyate bhavaha, na abhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. There is no absence of existence. There is no real existence of that which is unreal. So when I say this book is, the table is, the stage is, what we mean is that stage, its existence, it's that abstract, no doubt. You have to understand the abstract nature of things. So existence is that which will never become otherwise. Why? Because even if you remove everything here, even if you, in the absence of everything else, there is existence is there. Why? Who knows the absence? I exist, right? In my existence alone, I can know the absence of everything. If you enter into this room, instead of 8:30, by mistake, you came at 7:30, let us say. You open the door. Nobody is there. How do you know? How do you know nobody is there? Because I exist. Nobody, so you are not a body. Nobody is there. Nobody is there. I know only because I am there. So this nature of being never becomes absent. Na asataha vidyate sataha, na abhavaha vidyate sataha. There is no absence ever of this pure being. This Sat, that is the nature of Brahman. So, Om Tat Sat, that pure existence. Now, why should they utter the word Sat in the Yajna, Dana and Tapa? So here we say, Sadbhave Sadhu Bhave Cha sadityedat prayujyate prashaste karmani tata satshabdah partayujyate sadbhave sadubhave cha sadityedat prayujyate prashaste karmani tata satshabdah partayujyate. The word shabda sound sad. Sad shabda he partha yujyate is employed, used. Sad shabda yujyate. Tata, then when see when we do anything, there is always a doubt about what we did right or wrong. Isn't it? When we do anything, when we have whether we have done right or wrong, there is always a doubt. If we are doing wrong thing, there is no doubt. But when you are doing right thing, punya karmani bahu vignaha santi. When you do right thing, when you do the punya or meritorious thing, there are many obstacles. Bahu vignaha. Shubhakaryeshu bahu vignaha. When you're doing right, auspicious things, there is always many obstacles that would come. For the people who are in this world who are good, there is always more and more challenges. So people ask, why good people suffer, Swamiji? If they are really good people, they will never suffer. See, it is like this. If I have decided to be vegan, let us say, and I go to a party, and there is no vegan item at all. Everything is fatty, greasy, deeply fried, and meat, egg, this, that, and not even a single leaf you find, so to say. So if I go there, do I suffer or not? I just should drink water and come home and have yogurt rice. Not a vegan, I cannot have yogurt rice. Okay. I'll have some salad. Now, if you say, oh, others when they say, you won't eat this, you won't eat this, you won't eat this, oh, you must be suffering. No, I'm not suffering. Because once I am convinced that this is not necessary for me, there is no suffering. The understanding is clear, and therefore there is no suffering, there is no conflict, there is no misunderstanding, there is no feeling unhappy about it. So people who are really good, meaning who those sadbhava, जिसमें सद्भाव है, those who have good-hearted, good things in their heart, then they really do not suffer. Even though for others it may look like they are suffering. Take the case of Mahatma Gandhi, when he says, I won't hurt anybody by word, deed, or thought. When he stood by that principle, did he suffer for that? It may appear to be so. I won't hurt anybody. So by being non-violent, he was able to convince others that you can win everything by proving you are right, not by taking a dagger and showing it. So here, in anything that you do, even though right, there is, if you are not convinced, there is a doubt. So in the action of yajna, dana and tapa, that is a context here, sadbhave. Sadbhave. Sadbhave means in that goodness or the merit of that very action, there is, if there is a doubt, sadhu bhave. Next one he says, in the goodness of people. In the goodness of the people also there is a doubt. We judge others by our notion about that person. Even if a person has done the right thing, but he or she has done to you something wrong previously, you will look at it only the colored vision only. He good? Definitely not. So, sadhu bhava. Sadbhave, sadhu bhavecha. So, when you utter the word sat, you are overcoming all those doubts of the goodness that will happen out of that action and the goodness of the performance itself. Sadbhave, sadhu bhavecha. Goodness of the result or goodness of the very action or the person itself. Sat iti prayujyate. Sat iti etat prayujyate. By utterance of the word sat, you are overcoming those doubts in your head, or you are invoking auspiciousness in such an occasion. When prashaste karmani, in those actions which are auspicious. Like if it is a wedding, like it is a ceremony of, new house is being built and one is entering into that, or anything, something which you're starting, which is for the good, for the society, anything that you consider as auspicious. Prashaste karmani sad iti etat prayujyate sadbhave sadhu bhave. With the right attitude of goodness in the heart, so that the result will be good, as well as the performance of that very action is, let it be of the good nature, the people as well as the action. Sadbhave sadhu bhavecha. Sad iti etat prayujyate prashaste karmani yajna dana tapak karmani. Tata sat shabdah partha yujyate. At that point, it is being used. That word sat is used. So when there is, even in the case of Hinduism, it's a very advanced way of thinking, in the sense that even a so-called inauspicious thing like burial of, cremation is considered as a holy event. Because that person had lived in this physical body and left this physical body, no doubt. But that person itself, the soul itself is pure only. Body is impure. It's given to the ashes or given to the fire. But we pray for the goodness of that soul to proceed on to the next stage. So it is an auspicious occasion. That's why we invoke the gods at that point, isn't it? Not evils and devils. We invoke gods because this is an auspicious occasion of a soul leaving the physical body and going to the higher, further journey. It's a bidding of goodbye to that person. May there be goodness in you. May there be auspicious your journey be. Even if a person is going out into a longer journey, then that is also auspicious. So which is not auspicious? Everything is looked at from that standpoint. So that word sat is to invoke goodness, auspiciousness in every occasion. Where you have a doubt, or even if you do not have a doubt, May there be goodness out of this very action. May the people who have done whatever action be done that is good, and people also be done with the good intention. Let that be so. Sat. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. When we say at the end of the puja, what is that? Brahmarpanamastu. Let everything be arpanam, offered to Brahman. We'll see more of it in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.